it's all part of the plan.
People don't like you for being yourself.
The universe just gave all of us a do-over.
Everything checks out.
What's going on, YouTube? We back in the Low Key Cave, Keyshawn Knobs YouTube page, aka Mr. Low Key. I want to send before I even do this, I want to send a special shout out to my subscribers, everybody viewing my videos. We have reached my goal of 200 subscribers. This is the road to 300 subscribers. Shout out to everybody that's checking out my videos, and definitely super shout out to all my subscribers, man. I appreciate everybody that's done subscribe to the page. I'm telling you, it's gonna be better quality, better visuals, gonna be better sound, better all around coming around, man. Like I said, I'm a working man. Hey, this is a work in progress. I started doing this with just some little podcasts, and I'm telling you, I appreciate what y'all doing, man. And for that, I'm definitely gonna try to send out better content, better quality, like I said, and just better overall everything, man, just to make this look better, just to make it sound better. And I definitely want to come off a little bit more professional. Like I said, I ain't no professional. This ain't some shit I went to school for. And excuse me if I am wiping my face, I am outside. Like I said, it's summertime, my kids be in the house, so sometimes I come outside in my little tent area that I got outside, and I got my little area set up to have my little privacy. It's a little hot out here though. I got my fans and whatnot, but hey, it's still hot. It's like it's some 90s out here. I'm just saying. But like I said, once again, I just want to say an appreciation to all the subscribers, man, for real. But now, let's get into what we're here for. And we are here for the Manifest series review. I was going to do a season 1 review of this. I said, nah, I feel like people have had this is on I didn't even know this is on season 3. Like I said, I just started watching this, and I done binged it all the way through. Like I said, not because I was like, man, this is so good, I got to watch this. It's one of them shows where I'm like, all right, I done started, so I gotta see what's gonna happen. And not only to hear that it's canceled, are you serious? I had to. Then that's another reason why I waited. When I heard it was canceled, I'm like, so you done put us through this and y'all gonna cancel the show? Man, come on. I'm so glad I wasn't one of the people that had to watch this on a weekly basis. I can binge it. Thank you. Because I would have been mad. I'm telling you, but let's get into it, man. This is my Manifest series review, and like I said, man, we're gonna start off with naming some of our main characters. First of all, and the main characters we have is, I hope I'm saying her name right. It's a woman. It's her name, Melina Stone. It's the one. The woman that looked like Sarah Connor off the Terminator movies. Melina Stone is Ben Stone's sister. Y'all know who I'm talking about. She's right behind me, right here. Is that name Melina Stone? I hope I'm saying that right now. But we got Melina Stone, we got Grace Stone, and we got Ben Stone, we got Cal Stone, we got Olive Stone, we got Sanava. I think that's her name. I'm sorry if I'm saying her name wrong. The lady behind her, she's very important character. We got Savannah. We got some characters come on later on, but they're not really in the first season, so I'll probably get into them later. Then we got Jared. This is somebody, I'm gonna get into these characters and who they are when I get into somewhat of the plot. In case you haven't watched it, this is not a spoilers in case some people haven't seen it, but them are our primary main characters. Because there's people who drop off the show and you be like, damn, wasn't they on the plane too? So why they not important no more? I'm telling you. But look, the main plot of this is our main characters, Ben Stone, Melina Stone, which are brother and sister, Cal Stone. These are 3 that are on this plane. We have Sanava. I hope I'm saying her name right. I'm sorry if I'm saying her name wrong. Sanana. I want to say Sanava. I'm gonna just say Sanava. I don't like saying it sound like I'm saying Salava or something. But I'm saying, I think that's her character's name. She's a very important character. I actually kind of like her character in the show. Keyword kinda. That's what everybody. Hey, I'm gonna get into these characters. But anyway. Not Grace Stone, but Ben Stone, Cal Stone, Melinda Stone, and Sanava, and some more people. I'm sorry, but the other people, so many people don't stay on the show. We have our main character, the pilot, which is oh my god, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, like I said, man, these people got on my nerves somewhere. The pilot is the main character in the first season. The pilot, but these are the people who are on this plane. This plane is 828. Shout out to Area Code Hickory 888. I'm not from here, I'm from 704, baby. States all day. I'm just saying though, this flight is 828, and what we start off with is we have this family that's in Jamaica, and they basically are about to leave Jamaica on their way home. So you have a situation where they ask some of the passengers that they'll give you a $400 voucher or $400 or something if you will wait for another flight, because the flight is at full capacity or something for the main people going home. So some of the family decides to stay and take the $400 and wait for that later flight, the 828 flight. And the other remaining family, which is Grace Stone and Ben and Melinda Stone's mother and father, are also with them in Jamaica, and they decide to go ahead and leave too. So the people who decide to stay to ride the 828 flight are Ben Stone, Cal Stone, and Melinda Stone. This is the family. Of course, we got some other characters that are on the flight, but we don't get into it with these characters. We get some flashes of them here and there, but we are dealing with this main family when we first started the show in season 1, episode 1. So, like I said, they offer them some of them $400, and Cal Stone and Olivia Stone are twins. Stay with me a little bit. I'm sorry, hey, this shit is a lot. But Cal Stone and Olivia Stone are twins, and Cal ends up staying with his father Ben Stone, and Olivia Stone ends up going with her mother Grace Stone back home. So the people who stay on the 828 flight for the $400 who stay on the main flight are Grace Stone and Ben Stone and Cal Stone. This is the main family, because these are our core characters, our core main cast of this show. These are our core. So basically, when we go into the flight, we get into the flight or whatnot, the characters who actually stay, the other characters who decided to go ahead and leave are gone. We are now getting to the characters who decide to stay. We got a little story going on too with our character Melinda Stone. I'm hoping I'm saying her name right. Melinda Stone, which is Ben Stone's sister. She's engaged to this guy named Jared, who we do not meet yet. He's a cop. And I don't even think we find out she a cop in that first episode, right? Wrong? No, yeah. We don't even know she's a cop, but yeah, she's a cop. So we are checking out our passengers or whatnot on the 828 flight, and out of nowhere, some lightning or something strike while they're on the flight. They're in the air or whatnot, and some lightning and strikes, a little turbulence or whatnot. And after that little turbulence or whatnot, everything go back to normal or whatnot. They're about to land in New York. And when they're trying to land in New York, the captain's on the monitor or whatnot. He's like, hey, this is 828, blah, 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 we about to land. And he's like, the person on the other end, I guess the station or the airport they're trying to land at is like, you who? And it's like, this 828. And they were like, okay, you need to land somewhere else or something. They try to do them to land somewhere else or something. And basically it's a bunch of confusion, like, what's going on? Why are we having to land in this place and whatnot? And they were saying there's going to be a delay in where they landed. When they land, it's a bunch of federal agents, cops, everybody everywhere. So basically when everybody gets off the plane, they are made aware that this plane has been missing for 5 years. Stay with me. Like I said at the beginning, if you stay with me, half of the family of the Stones, Ben Stone, Cal Stone, and Melinda Stone, and some more passengers who got on the 828 flight. The 828 flight has been missing for 5 years that took off from Jamaica. The people who had left, who didn't stay for the $400 to take a later flight for the 828, those people who left Jamaica early, who already went to New York, they have been in New York for 5 years, and this 828 flight has been missing for 5 years. The premise and everything, and I'm just giving you the first episode. Like I said, I'm not going to spoil anything. The main plot of Manifest, and if you know about Manifest, it's been out for 3 seasons. Like I said, I just started it. Is a flight. People who are on the flight 828 have been missing for 5 years, and when they land, they are the same age. They haven't aged one day, and for them, it hasn't been 5 years. Everybody who's been on this 828 flight who just landed, it ain't been 5 years. It's been merely hours. And everybody who are approaching them, who already are in New York, who wasn't on the flight, anybody who wasn't on the 828 flight, they have been in New York or whatever for 5 years. They have aged. So the people who stay with You know, I'm sorry if I'm sounding confused or whatnot, but even when I'm watching this shit, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? But the people who are on an 828 flight in our main core cast, which I said is Ben Stone, Cal Stone, Melinda Stone, they are on the 828 flight and they haven't aged or anything. Anybody, any passenger that was on this 828 flight, they have not aged at all. They are the same age as if they never left. And anybody who wasn't on that flight, they have aged. They have aged 5 years into the future. So now the big thing with this story as far as Manifest is, I'm sorry y'all, my bad. The big story with Manifest is trying to figure out where did these people go for 5 years and how did they stay the same age and how did they not, what happened to them in these 5 years? Where did the plane go? The main thing is, where did this plane go for 5 years and how did this happen? Where did these people go for 5 years? That is the main plot of this story as far as Manifest go. I just try to give y'all a little bit of plot as far as our main characters or whatnot. Okay, let's get into my review as far as the series go, because like I said, I'm not going to give any way spoilers. I feel like if I say anything else, that's kind of diving into the story, because when I give my review, the comparisons, and what I feel about the series overall, I feel like then you'll get a better view of what I'm talking about if you have not watched it. Yeah, as far as I know, it was a pretty popular series when it first started. I guess viewership declined as far as why is it being canceled, but what I'm hearing now, and the reason I even started watching it, was Netflix. And it wasn't because it was like the #1 show on Netflix or whatnot. I seen the premise of it, and I'm like, okay, this sounds interesting. A plane takes off and disappears for 5 years and comes back, and the people who on the plane feel like they haven't been gone for 5 years. They the same age and whatnot. Like, what's going on with this? First thing when the show started, the first thing that comes to mind, Lost. I watched Lost not when it was popular. I watched it way later on, and funny thing about Lost is when I first started watching Lost was on Netflix. This was years ago, and I'm telling you, the first thing that came to my mind when I first started watching this was Lost. And that's probably lasted 20 minutes into the show. That was with the story, because the thing about Lost is, when you get lost, you getting your sci-fi. You getting that all throughout the show with your little drama and trying to find out who these characters are. But not alone with trying to find out who the characters are. And I'm gonna get into why a show like Lost, because this show don't only take its hints from Lost, it takes it from different shows, especially ones I watch and shows that are popular. So before we even get deep into the comparisons, let's give the comparisons to the shows that this show pretty much takes from. Manifest borrows from heavy from Lost. That's the main thing borrows from is Lost. Then we're gonna add a little dash of Prison Break as far as the twists and turns and the mystery. That's Lost too. Lost got its twists and turns, but it's gonna dash that mystery in there of Prison Break. An example of Prison Break. We had, who was that person on Prison Break? The General, wasn't it on the General? And here we have a person called the Major. It's like, are you serious? This what we doing? So is this, I'm like, oh, okay, here we go. Prison Break. Then we dash a little bit of sprinkle of Law and Order SUV on here with people being cops and them finding out these little cases and solving these little cases. Point Blank being the first episode with them finding these girls, man. I ain't gonna give nothing away or not, but they find some girls, and this shit is straight SUV. I'm telling you, it's Law and Order SUV. The first episode is just straight up Lost in SUV, and when you dive into the next couple episodes, it starts turning into Lost, Prison Break, and a little bit of SUV, but it starts mainly as Lost. Let me tell you why this show doesn't work. And that's why I immediately, not even getting it finishing the first season, the way I started just guessing shit as far as they so-called twist. I'm like, are you serious? I'm gonna give you an example. One of the characters, Melinda Stone, starts getting these, and I feel like this is not a spoiler or whatnot, but they start getting like these kind of vision things, and I ain't gonna go no farther than that. One of the passengers on the 828 flight that has been missing for 5 years have visions or whatnot. So one of our main core members of the passengers, and I said the main core member of the cast is Melinda Stone, and she's a cop. So she started getting these visions or whatnot. Now I'm giving you an example as far as trying to have this little twist or whatnot, and I figured this shit out a long time ago. She is trying. They broadcasting this shit all over when she gets back. When she's when they get back off the plane or whatnot, after they've been investigated by the FBI or whatnot. She starts seeing these things about these missing girls or whatnot. Just so happens she walks up to these dogs that are barking and barking. She gets a vision saying, "Let them go," or something about set them free. Set them free. Some shit like these callings. They call them callings in this show. They call them callings. But anyway, I'm like, okay, I know where this going. I know where this going. As soon as they talk about these dogs barking, okay, they right there. That's where they at. Boom. I'm gonna give you another example of this show, and as far as they so-called twist, because these shows Lost. I'm giving you examples. Lost, Prison Break. These shows have done this so much with the big mystery. Oh God, the main core member dies in the show, supposedly. This thing happens in the show. I'm not gonna give nothing away. But they are in this situation in Manifest where they got to go in this tunnel, and they trying to make it out. Stuff is crumbling down, and certain people end up getting lost. Not getting lost, but you think they are dead because they don't make it out of the tunnel because of a big explosion. Off the gate, I said, soon as they said this person is gone or this person might be dead, and they not showing shit. They not showing this person. No, they not showing nothing. I'm like, okay, this person alive. He alive. He alive. Boom. Another thing happens. Somebody is trying to prove a point. It's one of the passengers off the plane. They trying to prove something. So they do something real extreme. And you know what I'm talking about once you watch the show. This is in season 1. A lot of this stuff is in season 1. And they do something real extreme. And I'm like, okay, these people going to be back. They do something, and they supposedly are dead too. And they do something where they supposedly have been shot down. That's all I'm going to say. They have been shot down. I was like, they going to pop up. They ain't going to pop up this season. They might not even pop up next season, but they will be back. They going to pop back up. It was so many of these so-called twists and turns, and I was just guessing this shit. Another problem with this show, that think about a show like Lost where people were getting frustrated with they twist, even by the last season. You know why people stuck with Lost? You wanna know why Lost lasted 6 seasons? We enjoyed characters in that show. We enjoyed those characters. I can't go to the names right now because I ain't watched Lost in a long time, but you know the doctors. You remember the doctor, the main character. Damn, what's his name? Anyway, you remember the woman. You remember a bald-headed dude that couldn't walk, that was in a wheelchair that could walk. The characters I've Lost. Walt. Cal Stone in this show is basically Walt off Lost. Cal Stone in the show, he's Walt off Lost. I'm telling you, once you'll understand if you watch this show. I'm telling you. And if you're a fan of Manifest, and for example, maybe you have never watched Lost or Prison Break, go watch Lost and Prison Break if you're a fan of Manifest. And if you're one of those people who want to see Manifest come back after it's been canceled, go watch Lost and Prison Break if you haven't watched it. And maybe some of these people who love Lost, they actually enjoy this a lot. The main reason I probably can't enjoy this show is the cast. I do not like these characters. Not the actors, but the characters they portray. Then Grace Stone treats Ben Stone like a jackass, man. This nigga ain't shit. And then you want to know the problem with this show? As far as the cast, the reason why the cast is because we have so many of these melodramas in Manifest. It's supposed to be, ain't this supposed to be like a sci-fi show? Like it's supposed to have this big mystery of what his plane go? Man, it comes to a point where you trying to figure out, is this his biggest baby and shit? Or is this person gonna choose to be in love with this person, or is she gonna choose this other person? Man, this shit start flopping all over the place with some soap opera types. And I'm like, what happened to the plane? You wanna know the favorite character? In my opinion, Cal Stone, the little boy. Cal Stone, he is the key character in the show that I actually wanted to follow and I enjoyed. He was the story to me. I'm like, yes, please give me him. He is actually a likable character too. I actually enjoyed him. The rest of these months, man, I'm telling you, I'm like, man, if it's one of those shows where somebody died at the end of the season, for example, I would have been like, all right, okay, let's move on. I'm telling you, these characters just not likable, man. Even the next person I probably like the most is Olivia Stone, the twin of Cal Stone. That's the next one. And then another problem with this show is you have passengers who have visions. Passengers. It's a main character in the first season, a black dude, and he's in another show I like called The Chi. And you know who I'm talking about. I'm not gonna give his name away, but he has a situation in the first season, and this nigga disappears. Even like he is gone, and I'm like, how are we doing this? Did he get killed off us? Like, what's going on? How are we doing this? All of these passengers, it's certain passengers you don't even remember no more. Half of the passengers, I swear, disappear in the show, and you ain't gonna hit me with this. Oh, they'll be back. They missing. No, like the stuff they do with, for instance, the pilot. I'm not gonna give nothing away, but it's something they do with the pilot, and you're like, okay, this person, something gonna happen with him, and I know. But other characters, as far as the portrayal of something passengers in this show, it's like, what's going on? Where they go? What happened to them? What happened to that person? And honestly, it kind of don't matter because we not even really. Well, me personally, I'm not gonna say we. I'm not enjoying our main cast. I'm not enjoying them. I don't want to come like watching them on the. If you had to come back and watch them weekly, just to find out the thing that's sticking, the main thing to me that makes you want to come back and watch this over and over and over to stay with it. That's the thing, to stay with this story is just trying to find out the mystery of what happened to the plane and where did they go for 5 years. If they was missing for 5 years, that's the mystery. Or are they alive? Or this and that and the third. And the reason I say it's that kind of keeps you intact is the key word is kind of because I've watched shows like Lost. Lost kept us in tune with who the fuck is the others? Who the fuck is this person? What's going on over there? Who the fuck is on the other side of the island? Is this a real island? Are these people really alive? Or what's going on? You stayed intrigued with what was going on Lost. It was so much shit going on Lost, but it kept you intrigued. It might have irritated you sometimes, but either way, you still wanted to stay glued and see what was going on. Prison Break. So many twists. That show was damn near prison. It should have been called Twist of a Prison. Because it was twist and turn. That was the main thing of that show, Twist. But not only that, we had a main character that we wanted to see succeed. We wanted to see Michael get out of all these impossible situations. We wanted to see him get out of them. We wanted to see this. And not only that, he had so many characters along the way that we wanted to see him escape with. Hell, it was a guy on the show Prison Break that was a bad guy. I mean, a terrible guy. But he was such a likable character. We still wanted to see him. That's the thing. The good writing. This show is trying to pull for so many different shows that it doesn't understand the core reason why people stayed with those shows for so long and wanted to see those shows for so long. Think about Prison Break. They brought a whole fucking season of Prison Break back after years. And that show had been going off air for I don't know how long. This show got canceled after 3 seasons. Low viewership. You don't want to know why? Because people can go back and watch all type of different shows that has these same different elements, these same different mysteries, and they can find better mysteries and better developments in them. Give or take, say what you want to say about Lost, but it kept you intrigued and it just didn't bullshit around. Give or say, man, I'm going to say something though with Lost. That damn, what was that monster that would come around with the loud ass horn and it turned out to be smoke? A big cloud of smoke. Man, get the fuck out of here with that. That was whack. But as far as everything else, and as far as the things they did with their show, as far as making us like these characters and the big mysteries they kept unfolding, some of those was good mysteries. Think about it Lost when they did the time, the whole, what was it, the time shit where they went forward and back, and you thought you was going back in time, but they was actually going forward. That shit like that turns you upside down on your head. So that's the things I was talking about, and those are things that Manifest did not do or couldn't do. But some of the main reasons why this show just did not succeed, to me, my opinion, is we just do not like these characters. I honestly don't like these characters. I just didn't. Shout out to Cal Stone and Olivia Stone. I feel like those people was the ones that kept me intrigued with the show. But the main thing I wanted, the reason I kept coming back to the show and kept watching it and binging it on Netflix, because I'm telling you, if I wasn't able to binge it on Netflix, I wouldn't have watched this. I wouldn't have kept up with it. It's just finding out the mystery of the plane, finding out where the plane went. And I want to ask something. Have we found that out yet? Because I haven't started on season 3 yet. A little bit, but I'm like, man, I'm not even sure I want to because it's been canceled. But I guess I'm gonna dive into it, man, because I'm already guessing shit and I'm figuring stuff out. I'm telling you, I have watched 3 episodes of season 3, and I'm sitting here like I'm guessing this shit already. I'm telling you. But that was pretty much my review of Manifest, the series. Yo, I know y'all probably like, nigga, if you ain't watched all season 3, how you gonna do a whole series review? I'm telling you, if I had to guess what's gonna happen in season 3, I'm telling you, I'm telling you. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about the series so far. Is this something that you would want to see on another network, bro? I'm back. Is this something that y'all enjoyed? As far as my comparisons to the shows I feel like it's compared to, do they compare to those shows? Have y'all watched Lost in Prison Break or Law and Order SUV? Do y'all feel like that was a good comparison? Let me know in the comment section. Once again, I want to get a shout out to my subscribers. We at 200. This is the road to 300 subscribers, man. Shout out to everybody viewing my videos, man. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. This is the road, once again, to 300 subscribers, man. Thank y'all once again, and shout out to my subscribers, man. We out.
Messing with you. Earlier today, I heard a voice in my head.
Keep it to yourself. What do you think? The government just forgot about us?
Just maybe.